Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is GCSE exam sprint series. Let's try this question. When you are ready for the answer, press play. A company has 1,200 employees. The table shows how many employees work in each department. In admin, 180, sales, 240, IT, 300, production, 480. So the total here is 1,200. The company wants to take a stratified sample of 75 employees to complete a survey. Now, a stratified sample is a sample that represents the bigger population in the same ratios, in the same proportion. Calculate how many employees should be selected from each department. So we know there are 1,200 altogether. So 75 is the size of the sample divided by 1,200. So when you do that, you get 1 over 16. So all we need to do is take 1/16 of each category. So here you get 11.25, but obviously it's a number of employees. It has to be a whole number. So let's go with 11. This one here is 15. This one is 18.75. So let's call it 19. And this one here is 30. Now let's check the total. So we got 30 at 19. That's 49. At 11, 60. At 15, 75. So yeah, so that works. So the answers for the first part are admin, 11 people, sales, 15, IT, 19, and 30 from the production department. The 75 employees are then asked whether they are satisfied with their working conditions. Out of the sample, 8 out of those selected from sales said no. Okay, so 8 out of, how many were in the sales sample? There were 15. 15 said no. 5 out of those selected from admin said no. So 5 out of 11 said no. 7 out of 19 said no. And finally, 20 out of 30 said no. Now the question is, estimate the total number of employees in the company who are not satisfied with their working conditions. Now here's what you need to understand. This is the sales team. 8 15s represents actually 240 people. So if 8 people out of 15 are not satisfied, in reality, we can estimate times by 240. That would be the number of people who are probably not satisfied with their working conditions. So 8 times 240 divided by 15, and you get 128. What about the admin people? So there were 180. So 5 multiplied by 180 divided by 11 gives 81.81. So let's call it 82 because it's number of people. IT 300. So you multiply this one by 300 and you get 110.5. So let's call it 111. And production 480. And that's 320. Now, these numbers represent the number of people from each department who feel that they are not satisfied with their working conditions. The question here is estimate the total number of employees in the company who are not satisfied. All you need to do is just add them up. So an estimate of that gives me 641. There's another thing that I need to mention to do this question. Like sometimes students might not individually round them up like I did here. So instead, what they can do is they can put this whole thing into a calculator. 8/15 times 240, add 5/11 times 180, add 7/19 times 300, add 20/30 times 480. If you do that on your calculator, you're going to get 640.344, some long decimal like that. So this, then we can obviously round it to the nearest whole number, because again it's a number of employees, and we can call it 640. Now in an exam, both 641 and 640 are acceptable answers, because you get slightly different answer based on how you do the calculation, where you do the rounding, and it's an estimate anyway, it's not an exact number, so they are both correct. If somebody did it this way, no problem.